let's see if that's gonna help us. Yes, it did. Obviously, this is fixed rate bond. It is not too surprising that I got the right answer. Let's actually use a coupon rate that's different. And I will manually check that it is actually doing the right thing. Let me do that for a 5-year bond, because what's the point of doing 60 lines? So 1, 2, and coupons are simple, 250, right? 2.5% of 10,000, and that's equal to 10,250. Since I'm doing a check, I don't mind putting things in hard code. That divided by 1 plus yield to maturity, F4 divided by coupon frequency, F4 raised to the power of that. Actually, these are not 1 to 10. If you have a group of numbers that you want to multiply with the same number or divide by the same number without formula, copy that number, select the range, right click, paste special, and I'm gonna do multiply. Where are you? Actually, I was doing the right thing. Yeah, but I'm showing it to you anyway. Say values, multiply. You don't even have to keep any formulas. Of course, I'm gonna undo that. And here I'm gonna calculate some of these. And it should not be surprising that that's the bond price. And we're gonna do the cross products here. And I'm gonna do this the uncivilized way. Take the present value, multiply it with number of periods, and I'm gonna divide it by coupon frequency so that I'm expressing everything in number of years. Or I could have done the division after I found it. Either way, it works. Come on. Add those cross products. So my uncivilized Macaulay duration is thus. What do you know? They're exactly the same as they should be. It's always a good idea to check your code. I don't care how good you are, you're human. You guys ever watched the movie James Bond, The Golden Eye? There was a Russian computer programmer who played with it. Kind of like this a lot. And after a while, he does something, he says, I'm invincible. Right at that very moment, Bond does something and he's crushed. So when it comes to computer coding, nobody's invincible. There are two types of computer programmers. Those who get the job done, those who don't. There isn't anything else. Nobody cares how beautiful your code is. Obviously, they care that it is fast or not, but beauty does not get into it. You can get away with that in mathematics. I don't know if you guys ever heard of a Hungarian mathematician named Paul Erdős. I mean, he did contribute a lot of other things, but one of his things was take a proof of something, take a theorem that was already proved, just prove it in a more beautiful way. This guy never ever owned or rented a home in his adult life. He had these co-authors. He just, meets someone, he says, oh, let's work on this. And he says, by the way, I don't have a place. Let's go to your place. They stay there 3 weeks. They complete the paper. He moves on to the next guy. He has so many co-authors in network theory. There's kind of a tongue-in-cheek thing called an Erdős number. It's degrees of separation from Paul Erdős. That's spelled ERDOS, and O has a little accent on it. I think, an Erdős number of 7. I mean, I wrote a paper with an Erdős number of 6. That's how your Erdős number is determined. If your co-author has an Erdős number, then your Erdős number is one more than that. With so-called 6 degrees of separation. You can pretty much cover in most networks almost everybody within 6 degrees. I mean, there are rare cases that's not possible, but in most randomly generated networks, 6 degrees of separation covers pretty much everybody. Friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. But if you have a friend who's basically a dead end, then network stops with that guy. All right. Now, I can technically write another function, but I'm going to actually go ahead and do it because I can. I'm going to take this IMAC bond, Instead of that, I'm going to call that iRisk bond. And this is going to be coup rate, I rate, I face, I time, which means in an hour in Norwegian. I frek, I don't know what that means in anything. One of the nice things about VBA functions, you can actually call them within VBA to perform certain tasks for you. So I'm going to say, go ahead and calculate the IMAC bond and divide that by 1 plus I rate over I frek. Done. I'll do a minor change to this very shortly, but let's go ahead and use it. I'm going to actually, where are you? Let me see. I'm going to put in calculate these, copy these, give that a much more attractive format, because I want that thing to kind of shout at me. And let's call this, for now, financial duration. I haven't calculated anything there yet, but I want that in black and white. Why? Because I can. And by now, you know that you can't have a problem with that. So all I have to do is iris bond. I don't remember the sequence of inputs, so I'm gonna go ahead and find my iris bond. Right there. Coupon rate, I rate, IFACE, ITIME, and IFREC. Come on. Obviously, that's not a percent. In fact, I'm gonna go fancy on you, and I'm gonna do a custom format for that cell. Custom. That means have 3 decimals, but if all 3 are zeros, show the first 0.